We used to play in Denver, you know, like, it took us a second to calibrate that. There's a particularly joyful. Section from the weather. Our hardy wild cards are battling the elements. Wild cards start.
Today, the umbrella ready. Try to get as much done as I can under the umbrella before I can put the watercolour on.
Cleopatra's legacy as one of history's most powerful and independent female leaders is unquestioned. Yet the role she's most remembered for is that of a seductress, a woman who used her gender and sensuality to manipulate the most powerful men in the ancient world. But what if the Cleopatra we presume to know was much different? What if she was more complex and compelling queen after all? Who was the real Cleopatra? To find out, I'm searching for a Boston tomb, so we enter the tomb. Cleopatra's tomb is somewhere right in France. I'm on a quest to uncover the lost tomb of Cleopatra, Egypt's most enigmatic queen. As legend goes, after Cleopatra took her own life, she was buried in a tomb with Mark Antony. A tomb that has never been found. With her death, the kingdom of Egypt was annexed by the Roman Empire, and the Ptolemaic pharaoh dynasty came to an end. In the 2 millennia since her death, Cleopatra's life and legacy has been largely defined by what her Roman histories wrote about her. That she was a dangerous seductress who used her sexuality and ambition to reach for power that was beyond what was proper for a woman. But we sometimes forget that this was a real woman who raised the civilizations of the ancient world and who died trying to save her kingdom from Roman conquest. So beyond the myth, beyond the propaganda, who was the woman behind the 411 fabled Queen of England? How did she send out millions from her licentious reputation? My search for the truth has brought me to the Library of Alexandria. This library collects the seed of knowledge of the world during the reign of Cleopatra, but it was completely destroyed by a fire. It was reborn in 2002 to reclaim the mantle of its ancient glory. This extraordinary barnage organized into a vast complex where arts, history, philosophy, and science all come together. Dr. Basir.
Hi, how are you? Nice meeting you.
Dr. Hussein Basir is the director of the Antiquity Museum at the Alexandria Library. Dr. Basir has offered to show me ancient texts that may hold the secrets to the real Cleopatra. So, Dr. Basir, my version of Cleopatra is seductress, a harlot, a manipulator of men. That's what I was raised with. That's the Western version. It's kind of a negative Cleopatra.
Yes, and this is the version of the enemy. This is not the whole truth.
Dr. Basir tells me that this Western view is actually influenced by Octavian, who had vowed to destroy Cleopatra's reputation. And with her finally out of the picture, that's exactly what happened. The story of Cleopatra is retold by the Romans.
Yes.
And we end up with that version.
Yes.
Until now. In recent years, scholars across the world have begun to question the accepted history of Cleopatra, thanks largely to medieval Islamic Egyptian texts that tell of a much different story. So this is a whole different version of Cleopatra. Tell me what it says.
So here, it speaks about her. And she ruled for 22 years. And she was a philosopher,
Interesting.
a sage.
Wow. Okay. To the ancient Greeks, a sage was a philosopher, the bearer of great wisdom. So a sage, a philosopher, yes, this woman is smart, she's worldly, sophisticated.
Yes. And she wrote many books in medicine, chemistry.
Interesting.
And she was known to the people of medicine.
So Cleopatra was linked to the medical profession. She was an established author and a savant. And in addition to being the first Greek pharaoh to actually speak Egyptian, she was fluent in 9 other languages. But perhaps the most interesting thing about these texts is what's not included. There's no mention of Cleopatra's assorted love affairs and scandals.
Yes.
We've been told the story, haven't we? This is misogynistic.
Yes.
Chauvinistic view.
Yes.
Качинов.
Yes.
It seems clear that Cleopatra has been hugely misrepresented. But scholars are beginning to revise this image. We're beginning to think differently about this iconic queen. One of the most enduring myths that has dominated our idea of Cleopatra through the ages is the one that surrounds her beauty.